Hello friends, this is Adam with Movie Guy 365, and in today's video I will be going over the new 4K Ultra HD pre-orders and announcements for April 5th, 2024. Now keep in mind release dates and technical specs are subject to change. If there are any changes or additional retailer exclusives, I will update them in a future video. Also be sure to check out my previous 4K pre-order videos for titles you may be looking for and were not covered here. Direct Amazon links to the titles listed in this video when they are live can be found on the channel's community page. Vinegar Syndrome announced a 4K release for the month of April, as Witch Story will be arriving on the format. HDR is expected, as well as DTS audio. Pre-orders are now currently live over at Vinegar Syndrome's website. Coming from Shout Factory and scheduled to release on June 11th, Species 2 will be arriving on 4K. HDR and Dolby Vision are expected, as well as DTS 5.1 audio. The much-anticipated release of Chinatown has officially been announced from Paramount as part of their Paramount's Presents line. The release date will be June 18th. Another Shout Factory release for the month of June will be RoboCop 2 coming to 4K. It will support HDR, Dolby Vision, and DTS 5.1 audio. In addition, Shout Factory will also be releasing the remake of RoboCop, and this is scheduled for release on June 18th as well. And lastly, from the Shout Factory announcements for the month of June, Matinee starring John Goodman, a welcome surprise, is coming out on June 25th. Initially only getting a standard Blu-ray release, a 4K of Ghoulies 2 is scheduled to arrive on July 9th. Once only available as a double feature collection, you can now pick up individual releases of Demons and Demons 2 on August 13th. Director Guillermo del Toro posted on X this past week that he's been working on color timing adjustments for some upcoming 4K releases. Now, among them, of course, we've got Chronos, which I believe was given a soft announcement not too long ago. I'm not quite sure I remember who the label is that's handling that one, but Mimic is coming from Kino Lorber later this year. And Crimson Peak, as we all know, is coming out from Arrow Video and scheduled to release in May. What I believe is the first time this was actually sort of announced for a 4K release is Blade 2 coming to the format. I'm personally excited for all of these to arrive on 4K, and stay tuned to the channel for more confirmed release dates for the titles mentioned here. Kino Lorber announced this past April Fool's Day that April Fool's Day is arriving on 4K sometime in the future. If I had to throw out a guess, I would say this is probably going to be timed for next year's April Fool's, so we will have to wait and see here. Early retailer listings are showing that a possible 4K release of both Jaws 3D and Jaws the Revenge are coming to 4K sometime in the near future. If I had to guess, these are probably going to be timed around early July, so we will have to wait and see, but I will update that info as it becomes available. And it looks like there will be a 4K domestic US release for Caligula, the Ultimate Cut, sometime anticipated before the end of 2024. Blue Underground announced this week that an upcoming 4K release of the film High Crime is scheduled to arrive, I would anticipate sometime before the end of the year. Pre-order listings are now starting to pop up for both Rocky V as well as Rocky Balboa, and these are both getting non-exclusive steelbooks. If you recall, this artwork should look a little familiar to you. It is basically the same as Rockies 1 through 4, which were previously released as Best Buy exclusives last year. We don't have a confirmed release date yet, but if I had to guess, I'm thinking probably sometime in June. And as I talked about in a previous 4K pre-order video, there will also be a complete collection scheduled to arrive on the same release date. It's time to go over this week's pre-orders and announcements for some international releases, and as a reminder, most 4K discs are region-free. The Disney animated film Wish is coming to Japan, and that release date will be April 24th. It will come in a steelbook as well as a standard release, and it should have the same tech specs, which means HDR and Dolby Atmos audio, as the domestic US version. In Italy on April 30th, the film Perfect Days is coming to 4K. There's an upcoming 4K release of the film Night Swim coming to the United Kingdom. That release date will be May 6th. On May 15th, the animated feature The Imaginary is coming to Japanese markets, and it will support HDR as well as DTS audio. In the United Kingdom, they will be getting their version of The Crow on 4K, and that date will be June 3rd. As reported in a previous video, we now have official artwork for The Zone of Interest, scheduled to arrive in Germany June 14th. In addition to the domestic US release, Team America World Police is coming to Germany sometime in the near future. So those are this week's 4K pre-orders and announcements for April 5th, 2024. Don't forget to use the Amazon affiliate links either on the channel's community page or in the comment section below if you're interested in any of the titles I talked about in this video. Also, be sure to let me know what titles I did talk about you're planning to pick up for yourself. And finally, a special thank you to my Patreons for your continued support. So until next time, this is Adam with Movie Guy 365. I will see you at the movies.